Hello. How's everybody doing? Lovely people. So many people of you are already here, and I'm so excited about it. Thank you for coming today. Oh, what's up? Stay tuned. How are you? Kennedy, Jay, Emma, what's up, Emma? Oh, also, Emma, I know like 2 or 3 live streams ago, we were talking about oh, what is it called now? Minecraft. And for all of you people that are in the Discord server, underneath video games, there is now a specific Minecraft thing for you guys to go and hang out with. So yes, I was trying to remember Emma who it was, and I was like, no, it was you. I have to tell you. So hello. No, you are not late to the party, Emma. Okay, let me just pull something up so that I can tell you guys all about the stuff that we're doing today because I'm excited, and I also need to make sure that I put the link to the website for um Gentle Giants Draft Horse Rescue because that's really important to put there. Okay, so today, if you guys don't know, we are going to be doing normal live stream stuff. So if you guys want to purchase readings, you can. If you don't want to or don't have the funds, that is okay. But most importantly, today is for um fundraising, which is something I've never done before on this channel, but it's also something that I'm very excited about. Oh no, it's telling me that I can't put all of this in. No. Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can fix this. Um So I think I've talked about this maybe once or twice in like a past podcast, but I always said that if Meta PsycKicks ever got really big, like Teresa Caputo on TV, um, who are some other people? Now they're escaping me because I get nervous when I do live streams. Like Tyler the Medium. If I was ever to do something that big, I would use all of my money to do different things. Yeah, big like Sam and Colby. Like if I was able to be that fortunate, there are things that I want to do with my money. One of those things is to help um rescue horses and rehabilitate them because there's a lot of horses in the world. I think I would want to do maybe a different kinds of animals too. But I really have a big spot in my heart for draft horses. That's just personal. I think I talked about it a little bit on the YouTube community post. The other thing that I would love to do is foster children or help foundations that help foster children. If you guys don't know, my husband was in foster care for a little bit, and I really love children. And in addition to having my own children, the only reason I think I'd ever have a really, really, really big house is because I would like to have like my own foster children and a big house with my kids and foster babies. And my big thing is I'm not sure because I don't know a whole bunch about the foster care system, but I think the government gives you money per month in order to care for the foster children. And what I would want to do is make enough money so that I can care for those foster children and then put all of the money that is given to them from the government into their own like saving funds so that when they turn 18, they can have that money. So that's something else I wish I could really do. And then another thing that I'm really passionate about, because I had a friend pass away from not being able to get access to insulin for their diabetes. I would love to be able to found my own foundation where I can work with really cool scientists to create insulin that is affordable without healthcare coverage so that people don't have to worry about where they're going to get their insulin from. Because I had a friend, she was also a psychic medium and she was going to be one of my mentors. But she ended up passing away because she didn't have access to insulin. So those are the 3 big things that I wish I could do if Meta PsycKicks was really big or if I was able to make enough money like other people. So instead, because Meta PsycKicks isn't that big right now, I want to try and do this. So this week's live stream is going to be for Gentle Giants Draft Horse Rescue, and I'm going to post a link and pin it in the chat because I want to make sure that every single penny of your donations go directly to the horses. There's no me trying to deal with moving the funds or any other third or second party. So just so you know, the link that we'll be using will go directly to, sorry, I'm trying to find a smaller link so that you guys can use it, is going to go directly to the draft horse rescue. There's not gonna be like another person touching the money, nothing like that. So if you want to and feel so inclined, you can donate. As soon as you go to their front page, there's a green button at the top right that says donate. So I just want everyone to know that, you know, sorry, I can't type and do this at the same time. All of the funds are going to go directly to the horses. And no other person should be touching the money besides that organization. I think I did that right. Some things that I learned is that even though draft horses are the biggest, or they're actually, draft horses make up the smallest percentage of breed in the United States. However, they make up the largest percentage of horses that go to like kill pens or slaughter pens. And it makes me really sad. So, sorry, I just want to make sure I can get everything in the thing for you guys. Give me 1 second. But they make up the largest percentage of horses that just get sent to slaughter pens, which makes me really sad because draft horses are just so beautiful. I love them so much. I really have an affinity for that breed. I also really love saddlebreds and standard breds. I worked with a lot of horses like that when I was in college as well. And those are also a lot of other breeds that go directly to slaughter pens, which makes me sad. So this specific organization, here, I'm going to do this one. Okay. So this specific organization uses their money to buy horses, specifically draft horses. I think they just got done doing like rescuing a whole bunch of Frisians from a really bad like captive situation, like neglect scenario. But they also go to slaughter pens and they bid or outbid like the meat buyers for draft horses. And they not only bring them back and rehabilitate them, but they also try to make sure that they find forever homes with people that understand their needs and everything like that. So I won't know how much you guys are donating, but if you want to put it in the chat, that would be cool. And I'll try and keep like a little bit of a what is it? I'm going to try and keep a tally. So I was also reading the comments for a second. So let me know in the comments if you guys are able to donate and what you do donate, and we'll keep a little running tally for the end of the live stream. And I'm hoping that even when people watch this live stream back on replay, they'll still have access to using the website to go and donate. So they do a lot of really good things. They also help owners that can't take care of their horses anymore to ensure that they don't just go to kill pens as well. So I just, oh, Lucky Phoenix donated $25. Oh, you're going to make me cry. I'm sorry. That's so stupid that I'm crying. I didn't think that someone would donate that quickly. Thank you. I was going to try and tell people, like, even if you can donate $1, it's like that's one flake of hay. If you donate like another dollar, that could be a cup of grain. So $25 is at least like 3 bales of hay or half a bag of like expensive grain, like good grain. So thank you. um, I also had a friend recently. That's what I wanted to talk about. She had to put her horse down because they had presumably like founder, which is something that happens with a horse's foot. So I didn't know this, but their horse looked like a draft cross, and I was telling them about that. They actually reached out to me for a pet psychic reading for some of their horses. And they couldn't they couldn't save their horse, but I was asking them about them, and my friend told me that their mom ended up they ended up, rescuing this horse, her name was Jo Ellen, um, from a slaughter pen, and not only is she a draft cross, which is a big, huge industry of horses in and of itself that end up getting thrown to the side, but she had a baby too. So not only did she save this horse, but also their baby, and there's so many times where horses that are pregnant also go to these pens, and, I researched this specific, organization for what they do, and they do really good. So, stay tuned. Car Care says, "Is there a PayPal or Ko-fi? Will YouTube take half of it?" No, YouTube will not take any of this. I will not take any of this. The link that I have that's pinned at the top is directly to Gentle Giant's Draft Horse Rescue, their website. So if you go directly to their homepage, you'll see a picture of one of their horses, and at the top, there's a green and white button that says donate. So all of the funds from this live stream go directly to the organization itself. So no money will be taken. It will all go directly to the rescue. But anyways, I wanted to do this live stream because it's something that I can do, as well as in honor of my friend who had to put her horse down. But she had her for a very long time, and if she and her mom wouldn't have rescued her and her baby from this kill pen, then she wouldn't have had a beautiful life that she had. So, in honor of Joe Ellen and all of the other horses, I'm excited. So thank you, and hopefully I'm not going to cry again. It wasn't that bad, right? Only in the first 10 minutes, Jesus. Okay, so on to more like pet things because I figured we could talk about pet psychic readings as well. Oh, $25 fits 50. Thank you so much, Stay Tuned Car Care. Oh, that's awesome. I mean, $50 is a bag of grain right there for you guys. And draft horses really need like high protein, low sugar grain. So that is like a whole bag of Kalmbach Ultra right there, which is fabulous for putting on weight. It has lots of nutritional values, and that's fabulous. So thank you guys so much. It's okay. Yeah, I talked to my friend about it. I was a little sad, but she had a really good life. So that's all that matters. Okay, so we are also doing live stream readings today. I figured we could focus on pet psychic readings. So I put, I think, 4 or 5 pet psychic readings available for today for purchase. And we also have medium readings as well, because those seem to be like, oh, Amon, $25. Thank you so much. That is so fabulous. And this organization I think is located in like the East Coast. I think it's Maryland or Maine. But for everyone that's donated, thank you so much. Like this organization doesn't even know that I'm doing this and they don't have to, but I hope that when they see all of these donations today, they're going to be like, "What? This is so cool." That's amazing. Oh, $25? Lucky, that's so fabulous of you. Thank you so, so much. I mean, that's another a bale of hay in the East Coast, as far as I know, can be anywhere from $10 to $20, depending on if it's first, second, or third cutting. Each cutting of hay has different nutritional values. So, if, like, third cutting hay is like the creme de la creme of the best hay, and it has a lot of vitamins and minerals and nutrients in it, and it's very soft and sweet. It's like the best hay you can buy. And then first cutting is good as well. Like, for example, my mom's horse, she was raised kind of like a trash panda, so she only likes first cutting hay, which is kind of like the trash. Um, but so $25 is like at least a really expensive good bale of hay, which will feed one of those horses at least for a day, maybe a day and a half, depending on their size. And then, if it's they're buying first or second cutting hay, then that could be up to 4 bales of hay. So depending on, where they're getting it. That's fabulous. Um, it is a safe space. Iman says, "I love horses so much. I think they're one of the most beautiful animals on earth. So sensitive, intelligent, super playful, and they're helped humanity so much, and they deserve so much better." They do. Without horses, there would be so much that we wouldn't be able to do, like a whole bunch. So, anyways, I wanted to focus on the pet aspect of things today, but there's also medium live or yeah, medium readings available for purchase today too. Um, but with that, while we wait, if there's any people that do want to purchase readings or that come through for readings, we can talk about pet psychic readings that I've done. Oh, I'm looking. Yes, we've actually 25, 50, yeah, $100 total so far. Isn't that crazy? Oh, Lucy Lou says, "How do you channel pets?" Okay, that's a really good question. I appreciate that. So, there's actually 2 ways that I Oh, I'm gonna answer this question and then we have some readings, which is exciting. Thank you guys so much. Oh, Cassandra, $25. You guys are gonna make me cry again. Um, I can do this. Um, there's 2 ways that I channel animals, and it used to be a little bit interesting for me, when I first started offering readings professionally. So we can start first maybe with how I learned that I could talk to animals. I did not know that I could talk to animals for a really long time. I knew I could channel plants a little bit, as well as human souls, but it wasn't until I was maybe 20 years old because I was working as a car receptionist in college. Um, that one of my coworkers' girlfriends came in with their dog, and he was this little gargoyle gremlin looking creature, this little crazy little mutt. He looked like he should have been like sitting on the side of a building. I don't know what he was, like some sort of wired haired black tiny ball of whatever. And he came in, and all of a sudden I started getting these like intrusive thoughts, just like when I'm talking to souls or plants, that weren't my own. And I was getting these images because I get, as a mental medium, I get thoughts, images, feelings, and emotions that I recognize as not my own. Right. So I was getting all this information, but it was from like this very short perspective. And what was his name now? I can't remember. Jazzy is was the second dog that they got. And he was a little pug. I'm sure I'll remember it in a second. But it was all from this little short perspective. And all of a sudden I was like, am I listening to this dog? Because he was sitting right next to me and I was petting him. I was just sitting at the reception desk. I took a break from doing like chemistry homework or something. And I was like, this little dude's talking to me. So I started asking his owner because she's a little spiritual as well. And I was like, this is fine. I started asking her owner, I was like, did you go to a park? Were you guys standing on rocks? Do you give him greenie treats? Did he go to the groomers a couple days ago? Yada, yada, yada. And she's like, yes. How do you know these things? I'm like, I think your dog is talking to me and it's freaking me out right now. So it was interesting. I had never experienced that before. And when I was little, I went to like a Renaissance fair with my dad when I was like 8 maybe. And there was this, oh, Taos just donated $25. Thank you so much. So now we're up to 150, which is, I mean, guys, $150 could be a vet visit. Sometimes it costs, I know where I am, sometimes it costs $70 just for the vet to pull into a facility or into a building, because most, equine vets do farm calls. You don't necessarily always bring your horse to the vet, they come to you. That's at least what I used to do, and it was $70 just for a vet to pull into a driveway. So you guys have raised, at least enough money for a vet to pull in, or to have someone come and get their shoes done, or a farrier to come and trim their feet, or have their teeth floated, because horses actually need their teeth to be filed down. And a lot of horses in neglectful situations haven't had their teeth filed in years. And if they're not eating enough, then their teeth don't wear correctly and they can get sharp spots or ulcers, and then they can't eat and it makes it even worse. So $150, just so you guys know, like how much your donations can help. Um, for the horse, of course. um, so I was talking to this dog and it was just crazy, but I went to a Renaissance fair with my dad, right? And there was this little tiny like person that was selling medallions or whatever. And I think I still have it somewhere in the house, but the chain or the rope broke a lot. But I got a medallion that was supposed to help me be able to communicate with animals. Mind you, this was like 8-year-old Olivia's like dream. And I can tell you, I wore that medallion every day of my life for at least like a year and a half. And then I was like, people think it's weird, so I'm just gonna maybe not wear it all the time. But I loved it. And then when that happened, I was like, maybe the medallion worked. So, anyways, psychic abilities are very fluid and they can change throughout your life. But going back to answering the question, now that you have the backstory, how do I talk to animals? So when I first started offering readings professionally, I always thought that when I talked to animals, it was directly from their point of view, their perspective. I call it mono e mono. So if you ever um, book a pet psychic reading with me, especially if it's a private reading and you've never had one before, I'll explain there's two ways that I talk to animals. One way is mono e mono, meaning things from their point of view, their perspective that they know about and they've experienced. And then the second way, which was new for me and it took me a while. Oh, Jay donated 10. Thank you so much, Jay. I saw that a second ago. So now we're up to 160. Um what was I going to say? Sorry. The second way is more so psychic. So it's information about them that pertains to them and for their benefit, but it might not necessarily be things that they know about or have experienced. And that used to throw me off because when I started getting information that perhaps animals didn't necessarily know about, um, some of my clients were a little speculative. They were like, "Well, how do you know that this is something that they like or this is what is happening?" And it wasn't until I would receive emails a couple weeks later that the people I were talking to um sorry, I was just trying to make sure I was doing more. I think I'm losing track of how much money we have. Another 25, I think. So we're up to 185. But I started getting emails and people are like, "Remember how I told you I didn't understand that this could be whatever?" Well, I ended up doing it and my pet loved it. So it's kind of like I think my spirit guides might get information about your pets. So it's more so omnipresent is the second way that I'll receive information. Chuck Charles, you donated $200? Thank you so much. That's crazy. I don't thank you. These people are gonna be so excited. Oh my goodness. $385, I just want you guys to know that that could be enough money to purchase one of the horses from the slaughter pens. So, you could have just saved an entire horse right now. I really hope you guys I want you guys to understand that. Um, Chuck says, "I used to have an Arabian horse, and they have a soft spot with me." Oh, Arabians are crazy little horses. Oh, that is thank you. Um, anyways, I don't know what I was talking about now. Um, $385, guys, is where we're at, and it's only been 23 minutes. So thank you all so, so much. That's like that could be if they buy first cutting hay and it's not as expensive as where I am, that could be I know that my mom spends around $400 to $500 for an entire year's worth of hay for her draft cross baby, and 2 Shetland ponies. So $385 could probably buy at least, like, 3/4 to half a year's worth of hay for maybe 2 horses. Just, again, to give you guys how much you're helping. Um Okay, so I hope that oh, thank you, Paper Flower. You were talking about the 2 different ways you receive information from animals, I think. Yes, I was, thank you. Um, we have some readings for today, so and now that I've answered that question, and hopefully anybody that's watching in the replay will also know that that's how I do pet psychic readings. And if anyone is interested in a pet psychic reading that's a private one, you can always go to my website and book one of those. Oh, also, because it is, like holiday season, I do offer gift certificates as well. So if any of you want to gift a reading to someone else or you want to buy a reading, I don't think I'm going to I think the prices are gonna stay the same because they're already really expensive, and I never thought that I would be able to offer readings at the price that I do now. But if you want to purchase a gift certificate, then you can also purchase a gift certificate for yourself and then wait however long into the future because the gift certificates are good for indefinitely. And if you don't know when you want a reading, you just want to make sure that you can purchase one and then use it when you need it. That is also available on the website. So there's gift certificates for yourself or for your loved ones. Okay, into the readings. Thank you, Lucy Lou, for the lovely question. So the first reading we have is from, is it Hira? Hira, are you here? Emma says, I will absolutely get one for whoever I get in my family for Secret Santa. Oh, Hira, hello. Am I saying your name right? If not, I'm sorry. I can't do, okay, yep, good. I can't do the double R if it's Spanish. I'm way too white for that. I'm so sorry. Okay, so Hira purchased a medium reading, and these are their questions. So Hira says, any general messages from Pumpkin? She was my cat for 16 years that passed away in March of 2025. I'm so sorry. Um, I loved her so dearly, and I miss her every day. Okay. Hira, was Pumpkin like a calico or tortoiseshell cat? Or was she, um, yes, she was a diluted calico. Okay, perfect. Um, did she really love to sit in windowsills? My cat is named Pumpkin. Lol, a calico. Did Hera really like to sit in sills? Yes, she loved windows. Okay. I mean, I assume so because she's a cat. But when I'm talking to souls and they're in heaven, they usually show me, I would say 8 times out of 10, maybe 9. They always show me a place in which they reside in heaven because heaven is like a mirror image of earth. It's kind of like a collective lucid dream in which all souls that aren't here are in existence or where they reside, an energetic existence to be more specific. Also, Hira, do you have like, I want to say there's two grandparents. I feel like they were married that are passed away that used to live in like a small house. Gonna call it a day. Many hugs and loves to you. Enjoy your reading, Hira. Good night, Paper Flower. Thank you for joining and watching me cry. um, Hira says, I never met any of my grandparents. Okay, that's all right. The reason I ask, and it's okay if you didn't meet any of your grandparents, the reason I ask is because I see a little calico cat and she's in a windowsill, but she's like above a sink in a kitchen. I feel like the house is very small, like a cottage-y kind of house. And she's in the windowsill above the sink, almost like she shouldn't be in that window because it's really small. But she likes the scene that's outside of it. There's little curtains on either side of the window and then cabinets on either side, so it's very much like a nook sort of sink that overlooks the window. But I feel like she's not alone. I feel like she might choose to reside in heaven with these two older people. I feel like they're an older couple. So I don't know if you know anything about your grandparents, perhaps, but these people may have been or lived in a different country at one point in time. They make me feel like English might not have been their first language, or they knew a different language, or grew up in a different country. Do you know if that could be any of your grandparents or great grandparents? I feel like they might be more like grandparents, but I'm not sure. Definitely my parents are immigrants from Pakistan. Oh, okay, cool, 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 cool. So I feel like Pumpkin just has decided to hang out with some of your grandparents, for whatever reason, and she finds their company in heaven and whatever house that they choose to live in. They've welcomed her into the house as well, and they kind of make up a little bit of a family. Do you have any specific questions for her? I think her saying that is just to let you know that she isn't alone. She is in heaven and she's okay. But if you have a more specific question for her before we move on, I would love to answer it. Also, this is not new. I've had a lot of animals that hang out with other past relatives or other past relatives that welcome in animals, in a lot of readings. I think the first time I realized that was a thing was I was doing a reading for a woman who only rescues Shar-Peis. If you're talking about animal rescues, sometimes Shar-Peis, I guess, too, are a breed that people get, and then they don't realize how much work it takes to take care of their skin and make sure that they don't have like yeast infections or allergies, et cetera, because of their coat. And then they have a really high turnover rate with people that are like, I want a Shar-Pei. And then they're like, oh, never mind. I didn't know I had to do this. But this woman specifically had a lot of Shar-Peis. And her dad died. And he was a bit of a man that was like rough around the edges, if you will. And he didn't like dogs, and he specifically didn't like Shar-Peis the way that they looked, which was funny, but every time one of her dogs passed and she made a reading with me to talk to her living one because one of them passed, and I can't not, um, answer questions if something like that comes up in a reading, even though it's a different reading, um, and he helped her dog who had passed at home cross over into heaven, which I thought was really, really interesting, so he was hanging out with one of her Shar-Peis in heaven, so, um, okay, so here it says, "I was just wondering why I can't contact her slash feel her in my heart space as I miss her so much." Oh, um, so I'm going to answer this with what I usually tell people when things like this happen. Um, because I just asked, and the answer that they want me to tell you is one that I wasn't gonna say, or didn't actually think of really. But a lot of the times when we want to reach out to a soul that's passed, whether it's a pet or a person. Sometimes we can feel them. Sometimes it depends on the circumstances. Like directly after they pass, there might be an instance where you feel like that soul comes and visits you, or there's a sign or a symbol that you see, and it gives you a little bit of peace. But then as time goes on, it's almost like those souls don't check in or don't visit, and that hurts a lot of people's feelings. And I can totally understand why. However, when it comes to spiritual things like this, um, spirit is here to give you what you need, not necessarily what you want. So I'm not saying that Pumpkin isn't around you and she's not listening to you, because that's not the case. Souls know, see, hear, and feel everything. So if you want to talk to her, you definitely can. However, feeling her in your space or not feeling her in your space anymore, or to a lesser degree, is because you've healed from that. You no longer need her as much. You want her. And that's not necessarily what spirit is here to do for you. So it's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. Does that help answer your question? Because she'll always be in your heart and in your memories, and she's still here hanging out in windowsills with your grandparents. But wanting her to be that close to you is not necessarily something that you need anymore. Hence why it's not happening. But that's not to say at some point in time you might, but it's a good and a bad thing. Here it says, "Yes, that totally makes sense." Okay, good. I used to wonder the same thing, because it makes people sad, you know? Like, why doesn't my mom or why doesn't Pumpkin come visit me? And the answer is because it's not something that you need anymore. Like, you are strong enough to not need that. They've moved on and you're moving on. So that's my spiritual answer for you, and the one that they tell me to share, because I was like, "Why aren't you visiting?" Um Okay, so thank you so much, Hira, for making a reading, and we are going to move on to the next one. Also, for anybody that's just joining, because I see that there's 23 viewers, please, if you could like this, that would be great. I think we got to 50 likes last time. That was kind of fun. But we are doing mediumship and pet psychic readings, but more importantly, there is a link that is pinned at the top. This entire live stream, there's donations. If you click the link that's pinned, it will take you directly to Gentle Giants Draft Horse Rescue, where you can make a donation on behalf of um, draft horses that are being saved and rehabilitated and finding really good homes that would have faced not very good outcomes. So if you would like to donate, please do so because that is the most important thing about this live stream today. And if you're watching this as a replay, please know that there's a link in the description below where you can go to the Gentle Giants Draft Horse Rescue donation page and still make a donation. Every donation does not go through YouTube. It does not go through me. It goes directly to the rescue site. So no money will be lost that you donate. It will go directly to the horses in need. And if you want to let us know or let me know how much you donated in the description below, that would be great because as of right now, we're up to $385, which could be saving one entire horse, which is one whole life, or having like half a year's worth of hay for a couple horses. So it's really, really cool. Okay, next reading. Aman says, I always wondered if pet souls evolve into some type of next cycle. I heard our souls love through different things, creatures, etc. I wonder if my cat, for example, can become a human eventually. I did a really cool reading. Maybe it's probably closer to a year or so ago now, um, where I was doing a reading for a lovely person that was a US military veteran. And he did a pet psychic reading for his dog. And it wasn't until and he didn't tell me that he was a veteran. It wasn't until he asked me what his female dog's, like, soul connection to him was, because he's like, "I just feel so connected to her. Like, I've never had a pet before that I feel so in tune and, like, spiritually connected with." And that's when I saw that he was a veteran, and I asked him, he confirmed, and the soul of his dog's past lives stepped forward. All 3 of them were men, and they were all military veterans from different time periods. They weren't just US military veterans. I think one of them was from um like the Romania area and things like that. So what is that? The Eastern European, like Eastern European men, but they were all 3 like past lives were men who were veterans and now they had reincarnated into a female dog to be a support dog for a veteran. Isn't that crazy? That one really got me. So, um I don't know. That's pretty cool. Okay, so the next person that we have is Lisa Marie. Are you here, Lisa Marie? I know, isn't it amazing? It ruined me for a little bit. I was like, that is so freaking cool. I definitely think we have angels that come as pets. Yes. I really like that your tag, Lisa, is nerd in combat boots right after we got done talking about a veteran and his support dog. If you are also in the military, thank you for your service for whatever country you're a part of. So, Lisa. Lisa has a medium reading, and her question is would love to know something about my spirit guides. Is there someone that wants to tell me something, maybe? And most importantly, my beloved cat, Chipsy, passed away 4 years ago. She was the love of my life, and I want to tell her how much I love and miss her. Oh, okay, let's do this. So we have Chipsy and spirit guides. Also, I'm sorry if I sound a little funny. My nose has been really stuffy today. Oh, yes. Happy belated Veterans Day to all my fellow vets. Thank you, Chucky. That's great. I don't know why I keep calling you Chucky. I think it's just because that's your YouTube handle, but Charles. um, okay. So, first and foremost, want to know something about my spirit guides. Um, Lisa, do you have like a fear of water or does like swimming or something make you a little bit nervous? I rock with it, lol. Chuck. Not really, only in the open ocean a bit. Okay, got it. The reason I ask is because you have a spirit guide who's stepping forward that tells me that you might have you might be nervous about water and it's because of a past life that you had with them. They are masculine presenting. I also want to ask Lisa, do you have a grandfather who's he may have been in the military, but I'm not sure. He's very tall. He would have been on the thinner side, but he's not someone to mess with. He has a very serious sort of face. He has white hair and almost like a gray or white um what is it called? Like goatee or like beard, but it's not long. It's just very short to his face. Do you know if that might be someone that you're related to? Could be my mom's dad. Okay. Um Because he's around you a lot, and I know you asked about your spirit guides. Are you okay with talking more about him? If not, I can try to I will skip over him. Oh, Lucy Lou, I'm so sorry. I don't think we got to your reading yet, but we can do yours next if other people don't mind since you're at work. Yes, thank you. Okay, I just want to make sure you're okay with it because some people aren't okay with mediumship stuff, and I just wanted to make sure because you're asking about spirit guides, but he steps forward and he's very present in your life. He's very protective over you. Um, what's with work? What type of what type of work do you do? He makes me feel like you want to change your job or you need to have more of a leadership position, but people are passing you over. Does that make any sense? Or does it is it consistent with your life currently? Also, Lucy Lou, if you could let me know what your first name is in the comments so I can try and find it since you're at work. I'm a home economist and I'm training to get into a higher position right now, but I'm questioning my career choices a lot. Okay. All right, Gabrielle, thank you. Um, okay, because he just wants you to know you're going to get the position that you deserve, but if you want to make changes, you can. He says you have a lot of play in what you can choose to do with your career right now, whether you his opinion, mind you, because even though souls know, see, hear, and feel everything, they still can give you their opinion, and it doesn't mean it's like the most high and mighty correct thing. Because sometimes I think people get that misconception. So I just want to make sure that this is that it's his opinion. His opinion is that you should take the higher position that you have right now with your work or the one that you're training to get into because that will give you the perspective and the viewpoint that you need to figure out what move you want to make and in what direction. Because if it continues to help you question your career, it will give you the perspective and clarity that you need to make the new direction that you want to. But without moving into that higher position, you're not going to have the vantage point to make a more clear and decisive decision because he says you are very calculated and controlled in how you want to move your life. And he says if you go there, you'll have the vantage point you need to figure out what direction you want to continue or change in your life. But he's going to help you with that and give you the sort of strength and backing that you need to get it done. He's like very, very straightforward. um, And he may be one of your spirit guides as well. I don't know if he's also the spirit guide that you've had a past life with. I feel like you guys may have been military buddies, but in different lives, hence why he might be a spirit guide for you as well, but I'm not entirely sure. Lisa says that makes a lot of sense because I know I need to step out of my comfort zone to keep growing. By the way, does he have piercing blue eyes? Yes. um, yes. And like very white hair, like very white hair. So Um, let's move on to Gypsy. So I did read at the end of your comment that you want. I want to tell her how much I love and miss her. And I just also want you to know that souls know, see, hear, and feel everything. So that's my grandpa Heinz. Please tell him I love him and I miss him. Okay, again. um, oh, he says he misses and loves you too. He softened when you said that, which is really cute. He might not be like the coolest with mediums, but because you're his granddaughter, he's going to talk to me, even though it's not necessarily his thing. Hello, everyone that's just joining. We're doing a reading for Lisa. We're talking to her grandpa Heinz, and the most important thing about today, aside from doing mini live stream readings, is that if you go to the pinned comment at the top, we're raising money for Gentle Giant's Draft Horse Rescue. So any money that you can donate, even if it's a dollar we talked about could be a flake of hay, which is one meal or half a meal for these horses. So anything that you guys can donate, it goes directly to the foundation, not through me, not through YouTube. No profits will be lost. It will go directly to Gentle Giant's Draft Horse Rescue. So if you guys feel so inclined to donate, please let me know in the comments below or in the chat while this is going on live how much you donated, because we're at $385 so far, which is saving at least one life, like a quarter of a year's supply of hay for like a horse or two, um, and a lot of really good grain. So, or a vet visit. Could be a lot. But we're talking to Lisa, and I was going to tell her how, Lisa, you don't need me to tell him that you love and miss him because souls know, see, hear, and feel everything. Even when it comes to your cat, Chipsy, please know that no medium should ever tell any of you that you need them in order to tell souls that have passed, whether they be pet or people, anything. You can tell your souls, your past loved ones, anything. The only thing a medium's here to do is to tell you what they have to say back. That is it. So let's talk about Chipsy. Um, was Chipsy a solid colored cat? Lisa, was she just like one color? Oh, she was a tortoiseshell. Okay. Because I feel like she's darker. She doesn't look like Pumpkin. Pumpkin was a lot lighter. So she's more of a darker tortoiseshell. Um, was she really spicy when she was younger? Like, very sassy? Did she like to play a lot? Was she one of the cats that would chase like lights on the floor, or sometimes people get laser pointers for their cats? I feel like she was very like, she really liked to play. Is that true? Amon says, lol, my guides are real silenty days, so I'm coming directly through you. I may have fired grandma after our last reading. Stop, Amon. Lisa says we got her when she was 3, but yeah, she was very playful and hunted the most random animals. Okay. Well, I just want you to know, I don't know how she was necessarily when she passed, but she is all spunky again. She's like, look how fast I am. I can do this. I can do that. She's got like the zoomies, if you will. Um, so she no longer has anything that might have been ailing her, and she's very happy about how agile she is. She's very proud of it. She also wants to say that her coat is very shiny now. I don't know if maybe she couldn't take care of herself as much when she got older, but she also wants you to know that she's very shiny now, and that she's very pretty again. Tara, I'm sure many of your past pets are with you. At the end, when she was 15, she struggled a lot, yeah. Okay. Well, she just wants you to know that she is back to her zoomy, spicy, agile self. She thinks very highly of herself, and, she is very shiny and clean. She's very happy about that too. Do you have any specific questions for her before we move on to, Gabrielle's reading? Let me see if I can find Gabrielle. FYI, if I have you on in my lab, and both me and my coworker got cold out of nowhere within when a few souls came in curious of what was going on in here. That's interesting. The air doesn't come on at all, and my coworker and I felt it at the same time. Interesting. Huh. Okay, Lisa says, I would like to ask maybe how it's like for her in heaven or if she was with someone or what she thinks of my current pets, a dog Ellie and a cat Magda. She really likes Ellie. Is Ellie colorful too? Is she like black and white maybe? And also very like spunky. She's a Maltese and yes, very crazy. Okay. She thinks that Ellie is very funny. However, Magda, she thinks I think if they were both alive together, she just says Magda's a little like self-important, if you will. um, she thinks very highly of herself, but not in a silly way. I think that Chipsy is a little more she thinks highly of herself in a silly way, whereas Magda's like, "No, I am everything that is great and wonderful, and if you don't think so, then you just continue to bow down before me." Oh, yes, she is. So, that is what they think about that's what Chipsy thinks about your what is it? Your current animals. She would get along with Ellie, but Magda, she might they might not be the best of friends. They might just be roommates, if you will. So thank you so much, Lisa, for making a reading. I really appreciate it. Cassandra says, any chance you'd be willing to do a house reading today? I so don't see that option on your website, but I figured I'd ask. I really appreciate that, but tonight I can't. I have to go do some things for my husband. He needs new tires on his truck. So after this in the evening, I am busy. However, if you would like to schedule a private reading with me for next week, you can also do so on the website. I have Mondays and Wednesdays available. So, Lisa says, thank you so much for everything. Lots of love. Lots of love right back at you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Magda is a little lady. She is a little lady. Okay. Gabrielle or Lucy Lou, are you here still? I'm sorry you're at work, but you have a pet psychic reading and it's your turn now. Yes. Okay, perfect. Okay, so Lucy Lou has a pet that's white, brown, and dark brown. White, brown, and dark brown. Has a beauty mark on his left eye. Aw. Has swimmer feet. That's so cute. My puppy has swimmer feet. Where is she? Donald, say hi. Yeah. Are you a sleepy bear? Anyways, just because they have swimmer feet too. Donald's a Newfoundland. Um, curly white and brown tail, and his name is Teddy. So, so cute. Okay. Why is Teddy so reserved when it comes to being touched or picked up? Oh, so Teddy's a cat? Or is Teddy a dog? Daniel! Yes. Teddy's a cat, right? When you say swimmer's feet, does that mean that he has an extra toe? Or am I wrong and he's a dog? Dog. Okay. Got it. So then my original thought was correct. Um, is he older? Is he like 5 to 8 years old? No, he waddles if he's swimming. That's so funny. He waddles as if he's swimming. That is very funny. Got it. Is he a little bit older? Is he like okay, so he's 9. Got it. Because I'm trying to ask him. He's a little sassy about it. So I'm like, okay, you seem a little bit younger, but I know you're older. So when it comes to him being picked up, it just freaks him out. It's not because he doesn't like you guys or has like a trauma associated with it. Thank you, Charles. It's more so that it just feels weird to him. He feels like he is going to like fall down. So he just would rather not be picked up because the sensation to him, He knows he's not gonna fall, but he feels like he's gonna fall, which is why he just, like, freaks out, if you will. Um, so I don't think he has, like, a trauma associated to it. I don't think anyone did anything bad to him. It's just his own personal preference of not necessarily wanting to be picked up. One of the things that freaked me out, or not freaked me out, it was, like, a new perspective for me was some people have asked me, like, why their cat doesn't like to be pet, and a lot of times, I would say 9 times out of 10, cats are from shelters and such, so they assume their owners assume that they have past traumas, which is not a bad thing. It can be very correct a lot of times, but sometimes the reason sometimes the reason cats don't like to be pet is because you have static electricity on your hand. I've had a couple cats tell me that, and they don't like being pet because it, like, gets their fur to stick or your hands are sweaty and it freaks them out. They don't like it. It feels weird. So, the same sort of, like, general weirdness, like the sensation is, applies to Teddy. I hope that answers your question. Lucy Lou, do you have one more question for me? Because I feel like that was very short. And I just wanna make sure that I can give you the best reading possible over the live stream before you have to go back to work. So if you have one more question, please let me know in the comments below, and then we'll move on to Charles's reading. Also, if anyone is just tuning into the chat, please give this a heart, a like, whatever. It's really, really cool. We have 28 likes. If we could get to 30, that would be cool. I'm just going to go for 30. But the purpose of today's live stream is to talk about metaphysical things, answer questions, have a couple pet psychic readings, medium readings, but majorly to raise money for Gentle Draft Horse Rescues or Gentle Giants Draft Horse Rescue. So if you have even $1 to donate, the link in the description below or pinned in the comments goes directly, all donations, to that foundation itself. There's no second or third party touching money or any portions of the proceeds being taken anywhere. It all goes directly to the rescue, and we're at $385 so far. If you want to let me know in the chat or in the comments below how much you donated, that would be great. Okay, Amon says, I'm kind of curious. Do you talk to your own pets the way you do others? I try to, and I think sometimes I do, but I also think that it's hard for me because I have ego because they're my own pets. If it's someone else's pets, it's a lot easier because I'm like, I don't know them. I've never met them. So I feel more confident in the information I receive. But with my pets, I'm like, is that me or is that just my perception, my egotistical, like viewpoint of them? Okay. Lucy Lou says, I lost my dog Sparky a while ago and we had to put him to sleep. He was my best friend and I was there when they put him to rest and we locked eyes in that moment. It felt as if we connected. I told him it was okay to go. Is he okay? Was Sparky a little dog? Yes. Was he multicolored, like brown and white or black and white? Yes. Okay. Do you have a grandpa that was outdoorsy? Yes. So I just want you to know. Oh, I'm not going to cry. He's really excited that you asked about him. Um, sorry, with clairsentience, which is psychic sensations and feelings, sometimes I will they'll their emotions are just so overwhelming that I feel what they feel and he's just so excited you asked about him. Like so excited. His little nubby tail or his little tail's like this. Um he did his chest or his lungs really bother him before he passed? He makes me feel like his throat hurt and his chest hurt. You know, like when you go for a run outside and it's cold and your chest like hurts a little bit. Do you know if that's something he experienced before he passed? Yes, he would have had yes, he would have weird cough attacks. Okay. He just wants you to know that that really was hard for him. So when you put him to sleep, he just wants you to know that even though it was a very hard decision, it was a very kind decision for him. and that no longer bothers him because it was very hard for him for a while. And he is in heaven with with your grandpa, and he loves to chase woodland creatures. Which is really, really funny. He just shows me that your grandpa takes him with him when they go in the woods, and he just runs everywhere. He chases squirrels, he chases birds, he chases ducks, everything he can possibly bark at. Does that sound consistent with his personality? Kid Katie, static electricity is uncomfortable. I hated when my brother would do that. Even last night, my husband came home and like put his hand on my head in a weird way, and I was like, please don't do that. It is really cute. I love talking to pets. Thank you guys for making pet psychic readings. They're one of my favorite. Yes. Okay, good. um, hi, Dinosaur Ivan. I'm good. How are you? So Lucy Lucy's yes, sobbing. Well, I just Sparky is okay. Teddy's okay, even though he's chubby and he waddles. Um, he just, he's got a funny center of gravity, so when you pick up Teddy, it just makes it a little bit sillier for him. So, when he just waddles in the air when you pick him up, just uncoordinated, which is okay. But I just want to say thank you, Lucy Lou, for making a reading and asking about Sparky because he was very excited that you asked. And he is okay chasing lots of woodland creatures with your grandpa. Your grandpa's keeping him safe and occupied. So you're welcome. Okay, we are going to move on to Charles's reading. Charles, thank you so much for waiting so that we could do Gabrielle's reading since she's at work. And your questions are general. Stop it. um, Dinosaur Ivan says that they're doing good, trying to raise my vibration. If I say that right, lol. No, you did good. I mean, it's vibration. You said vibrant, but I get it. If English is not your first language, that's pretty close, and I understood. So it's okay. Um, no problem. Okay. Anything they have to say, I'm here for it. Oh, 1 second, Chuck. Sophia says, I'm writing an 8-page discourse community about paranormal activity if you'd like to send me information. Oh, if you want to email me, Sophia, any questions you have, I can try and give you any information or perspectives that might help you in writing your paper. You'll have to let me know what you're writing your paper for, too. That would be interesting. Anyways, Charles, um, are you wait, are you like changing your plans? Are you staying in like one spot? Cuz I feel like the last time we talked, you wanted to move and go somewhere else, but your spirit guides are saying now you want to stay where you are. Like you're rethinking everything again. Is that correct? They say you're staying put. Miss Tammy, it will get better. It always gets better. I promise you. I've gone through similar things where I'm like, is this going to get better? It does. It may not seem like it right now, but it will. Okay, so Charles says, I do want to move, but I don't think it's plausible right now. So I just want you to understand that your guides agree with you. It is not plausible right now. So try and use this time to get the resources and information you need in order to build the foundation for when you are ready to move. So they're on the same page as you. Do you have another question for me? Because that's the only thing they bring up, like directly or right away, I should say. Also, we're up to 32 likes. That's fabulous, people. Thank you so much. I have a friend that just passed. Is he okay? Was it an accident that he passed from? And was he really silly when he was alive? Was he like a very sarcastic, silly kind of guy? I'm not sure, to be honest. Okay, that's all right. I just found out. I'm really sorry about your friend passing. He was. Okay, because right now he shows me that if he were to be hanging out with you, he would be super silly, super funny, very outgoing, but he's struggling to find the balance between being silly and being serious about the situation. I'm not entirely sure how he passed, but I feel like the way it was more of an accident. It wasn't something that he meant for it to happen. Um, so whether that be someone else that was involved or if it was just him, we were in the Navy together, always joking. Okay, well, he wants you to think about him more as joking, but because of the situation, he's like, it's kind of making me feel like I have to be serious, like it's an important business matter, if that makes sense. He says his serious side is more so not for you, but for his family because he has a lot of questions that they're sending him now that he's gone. Um, but if he was here, he says not to worry. Um, things happen. It wasn't a part of his plan. He goes, but dying is never really a part of anyone's plan, even when we get old, which he says in a funny way. But he says his serious side is more reserved for his friends and not his friends, his like closer family. But he just wants you to know he's okay. As okay as he can be. He says it's not optimal. Do you have any other questions for me, Charles, before we move on to the next reading? You're welcome. Thank you for asking about him. A lot of people ask me if I am like overrun with information all the time as a medium, if it just pops into my head willy nilly and all this other stuff. Oh, Charles says, no, I'm good. Thank you so much. No, thank you, Charles. I really appreciate it. Um, and good luck with just like gathering resources, figuring out what it is that you want to, like what it is and where you want to move to, because I think it will happen. But right now, it's just not in the cards, which you and your spirit guides are on the same page about. But anyways, people ask me like, "Do you have this information that just like comes into your head all the time?" And really I don't. You have to ask me. That's just how my own mediumship works. Um Relaxation sounds and deep sleep. Just subbed and liked Live. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Hello, Kelly. But no, for my own mediumship, my own psychic abilities, I have boundaries in place. Like I don't want to know your secrets. So a lot of the times if people ask me about things that are going on in their life, you can tell me as much or as little as you want, but the majority of the time I won't know secrets or things that you wouldn't be comfortable about me knowing. If you don't want me to know, I will not know information about that. I ask spirit specifically to not tell me that stuff because it's not, I'm here to give you insight and clarity and perspective about things, but I'm not here to know everything about you. So like if um Lucy Liu wouldn't have asked about Sparky, I would not have gotten information. So for me, it's kind of like dominoes. Those dominoes are like walls. If you ask a question, it pushes the domino down and it gives me like consent, spiritual consent to get more information about that. So that's kind of how my mediumship works. I know there's other people that don't work that way, but that's for me. So Charles said, I have to get back working. Much love. Much love to you. Thank you so much for your donation today, Charles, too. We've raised $385 so far for Draft Horse Rescue, and it's fabulous. So I appreciate everyone that's been able to donate. Okay, so we're moving on to the next reading. And if there are people that are just joining, thank you. Please hit the like button. We're at 33 likes. I asked for 30, so I'm not going to ask for more, but if we have more, that always helps. And we're doing pet psychic and medium readings. I think there might be a couple left, but I'm not entirely sure. One of them, oh, we might only have one. No, we're done. We're done with readings for today, actually. I'm still all of the readings are sold out. That is what I mean to say. We're still doing readings. Everyone's readings are going to be fulfilled. But the biggest thing is if you'd like to donate to Gentle Giant's Draft Horse Rescue, you can do so using the link in the description below if you're watching this as a replay, or by clicking the pinned link in the comments. That will take you directly to their website. If you want to do a little bit of research on what they do, how they help horses, please do so. But there's a donate button in the top right hand corner that's green and white. Every single dollar that you donate will go directly to the Draft Horse Rescue. YouTube will not take any of it. I will not take any of it. The link is directly to their website. Um, Let me know what you can donate in the chat section or in the comments below. And, just because I don't know, it doesn't go through me, but it's just cool to know how much we can help. Okay, next reading is with Kennedy. Kennedy, are you here? Can you donate anytime on that link? Yes, you can do it anytime. And I'm hoping that because I put it in the description, anybody that watches this live as a replay will still be able to donate and they can let me know in the comments below. Because right now it's $385. But if this live is up for 2, 3 years, guess how much money people could donate? A lot. That would be really cool. So, Amon says, it's impressive to me how your mind works, Liv. The speed by which you receive information baffles me. It's not me, it's just spirit. It depends on how much I can receive. That's why I write things down because sometimes they talk really fast and it's hard for me to say it as fast as it comes out. So, if you see me looking down, it's just because I'm writing. So, Kennedy is here. Hello, you are here. I am excited. And Kennedy had a pet psychic reading. Winston, aw. Anything he tells me, you just tell me. Lol. Okay. Is Winston a dog or a cat, Kennedy? Oh, relaxation. You're icy. This is my second channel I just recently made. That's awesome. Hello, how are you from Australia? I'm sorry. I can't not. A dog. Okay, I figured Winston was a dog. He's not a bulldog, is he? Oh, you're so kind. I know, and I made it at 2 o'clock a live stream just for all of you lovely people like I see in Australia. No, okay. I've just met so many dogs that are named Winston, and they're all bulldogs from like Winston. Good day. I love it. Yes, I am a Yank trying to do an Aussie accent, and I'll die on that hill. You can try and do an English American accent if you want. That's fine. It's always fun. Midwestern's always fun to do. Okay, or Boston. Boston's always good to do too. Okay, focusing on Winston. Is Winston multicolored? Is he brown and white? Oh, mini poodle mix. Okay, got it. Thank you very much. That helps me. Is he brown and white or is he black and white? I am a Yank. We get called Yanks by the Amish too. Since we're talking about horses today. He is solid black. I had a dog that was brown and white. Sophie. Oh, okay. Well, remind me to come back to Sophie, just because I see the brown and white, if you'd like me to talk to her. But you have questions for Winston. Do you live with your dad, Kennedy, or does Winston know about your dad? He's talking about an older man that he really, really likes. And Betsy, that was black and white. They were sisters. Okay, Sophie and Betsy. Yes, he does know my dad. Does he really like your dad, though? Even if your dad isn't that crazy about him? Also, do you live somewhere where it gets cold, Kennedy? I guess I could look that up. Yes, I think you do. Okay, because he really likes your dad and just wants to talk about your dad. I don't know. He is a love bug and loves everyone. Yes, he is a love bug. I really like his little pink tongue. He's extremely cute, very vivacious, and he just really likes your dad. I don't know what your dad did recently, but he's like top tier in his book right now. I feel like your dad sometimes gives him treats and like talks to him. I don't know if they watch TV shows together sometimes together. But he also is talking about how he doesn't like to be cold. Do you know if there's any way that you can put like a little jacket on him or booties? Because he does not want to be cold this winter. He gets cold very easily. He would like to have more places that are warm for him to sleep, whether it's in front of like a fireplace or a fake fireplace or have a heating pad or something. But he's like, I don't want to be cold. He's a big freeze baby. Those are like the things that immediately come out of his mouth. Also, thank you for answering questions about what he looks like and things like that and helping me discern who I was talking to. Because it helps me like tune the radio station. I haven't seen my dad in years. I have older male friends he likes, and yes, I can do that. Okay, it might be your older male friends though then too, because I just see like a dude's pant legs and their jeans. It's from his perspective. Kennedy says, "He is a baby. I literally was thinking about getting him a jacket." Yes, get him a jacket. Sometimes it helps if you go on like Tractor Supply, I know has a website. I'm sure you can get stuff from Amazon, but some people don't like Amazon, which is totally fine. Um, Smart Pack, since we're talking about horse things, Smart Pack is a website for horses where you can get like specific grains and vitamins and nutrients for them, kind of like supplements, if you will. But I think they also sell dog coats. And I feel like specifically for Winston, one of the coats that he would rather have is one where it like um, zips across his chest, which is like more similar to how horse blankets are, which is why horse websites will sell blankets for dogs that are like for horses. But there's like a little Velcro strap that'll go underneath his belly, and then there's a spot in the front that Velcros because I don't think he would want something necessarily to go over his head. Because I know some animals have problems with that. So this would sit over him and clasp in the front and underneath his belly, but those are 2 websites where I think you can find jackets for dogs that are that style, and that might help him be a little less cold this winter, if that helps you. Um, okay. Other questions you have for Winston and/or any questions you have for Sophie and Betsy, because both Sophie and Betsy, I believe, are coming forward. I kind of want to know if he is doing better. He was super depressed for a bit when my Nana passed. Perfect. I'm literally going to get that for him. Yes. Okay. Um, I think he's doing better now. Is he eating more? Oh. Kelly, my private pet psychic readings are 20 minutes long, but I try to have a buffer in between readings of like 10 to 15 minutes. So it could be up to a little bit longer if I have time in between readings. So you're welcome. Yes, he is eating again. Okay, because your was your Nana really old when she passed? Like 70s or older? You're welcome. Also, for people that are just joining too and that are interested in readings, if you would like, you can also purchase gift certificates on the Meta PsycKicks website. So if you want a reading right now, or you want to purchase a reading, but you don't know when you could necessarily schedule it, or you're looking for a future date and time, you can purchase a gift certificate on metapsychics.com for any of my readings, I believe. and you can always use it later. They don't have an expiration date, they're always redeemable. So, if that's something you're interested in for yourself or anyone else, it's a good birthday present. So, um, Kennedy says yes, like 70s or older. Yeah, because there's a woman who's older who's stepping forward. Did she used to sit in like a big comfy chair with him, Kennedy? Yes, she did. Okay. I just want you to know that he was very sad that she passed, but I do think because he was so sad, because we talked about this earlier in the reading, I think with Hira about her cat, I think. I think it was Hira. How souls will come to us if they need us, but not necessarily if we want them. I do think that Winston needed your Nana to come and tell him that she passed and that it was okay. But I see him laying on the floor, like in front of her chair or in the room that they used to sit in together, and she's not there. Pumpkin, yes. um, but I feel like she came in spirit and gave him a little head pet and told him and explained to him what had happened to her, and now that's why he's starting to do a little bit better. So I do think it was a lot of grief for him, but she was given the gift to be able to let him know what happened to her, and that's why he's doing a little bit better now. Yes, he would. It's now the office and he hates the room kind of. Okay, I understand. Does that help answer your question? I do think he's going to get better, but I do think she was able to visit him to let him know what happened. Um, I think he's still grieving, but the situation was explained to him in a more spiritual sense. And since she passed, have you been trying to bribe him by putting certain like yummy things in his food? Yes, yes, it helps. I worry about him, Kennedy says. Have you been trying to put like little nuggets of things in his food to bribe him to eat more since she's passed or given him more treats? Yes, I do. He has to take lots of pills and I bribe him a lot. Okay, because he just wants you to continue giving him the treats. um, Tempered says, "Hi, Liv. I donated $10. Thank you for what you do. I enjoy listening. Thank you so much for donating and listening. I really appreciate it. Now we are up to $395. Again, that is like an entire horse being saved at an auction. Um, like half a year's supply of hay for at least 1 to 2 draft horses. um, a vet visit to help them with their feet or with their teeth or to get their vaccinations and blood work done to make sure they're healthy or figure out like what supplements they may need or deficiencies, etc., to help them. Um, I mean, sawdust, that could be like an entire that could be like I'm trying to think about, like, a whole dump truck of sawdust would probably be, like, $200 maybe, 250, so that could be, like, an entire month's worth of sawdust. Um, that is fabulous, so thank you very much. Kennedy, I wanna make sure I answered all of your questions. Do you have any other last questions before we move on to the next reading? Miss Tammy says, "I will donate in your honor when I'm able to, and I'll let you know the amount." That's fabulous. You can let me know in the description below on the replay if you'd like. Oh, yes, Betsy and Sophie. Aqua says, "Thank you for what you do. Thank you for helping me to do what I do, because without all of you sitting here and listening and donating and purchasing readings and watching the videos and listening to the podcast that I post, I would not be able to do this. So thank you. I appreciate it." Okay, Betsy and Sophie. Sophie is brown and white. Betsy is black and white. Is Sophie more like silly, easygoing, happy? And is Betsy a little more? I feel like she could be a little more timid, but it's not necessarily timid. It's more so that she's bossy. Does that make sense, Kennedy? My sister loves horses. I'll let her know about the link too. Yes, Miss Tammy. The link will be good for as long as it's in the description, which will be forever, hopefully. Yes, to both. Absolutely. Okay. I want to make sure that I'm channeling them correctly. Um, do you have a sister and or a brother that Sophie and Betsy would have known about, Kennedy? Like siblings that they grew up with? Two sisters, yes. Okay. Because they talk about how they miss watching you and your sisters. They really enjoyed the life that they had with your family, specifically growing up with you and your sisters. Did you guys ever have fish at all or like a different pet, like a smaller animal? I don't know if it was like gerbils or fish or hamster or something. Did you have any other pets that were smaller, Kennedy? We had fish and turtles. Okay, because 'cause I'm seeing it from their perspective, and I feel like I'm looking at, like, a tank or something. They just want you to know that they thought it was interesting that you had fish and turtles. Like, when they were alive, they knew that there was other animals in the house, but they thought it was interesting that they were, like, confined to that little, like, tube or tank. And it was something that they would talk about a lot. Like, it was just an enigma for them, if you will. And I do want to say, or I want to ask, did they really like being muddy, like rolling outside, like this one over here? I always do this wrong. This one over here loves to be disgusting and dirty all the time. I give her a bath and then she rolls in the mud, and I just, ugh. Did they like to be muddy and go rolling? I mean, some animals don't like to do that. Like my mom's horse, Kate, she is a prima donna. She She does not like to roll. She makes all of the horses go potty in one side of the pasture, and if any of the horses lift their tail to use the bathroom in the middle of the pasture, she will bring her head up, pin her ears, and run at them like a crazy, like the horses that look really mean on the merry-go-rounds, and she chases the other horses into the corner because she doesn't want them to go to the bathroom in the rest of the pasture. But this one over here, she's a dirt monster. Um, Kennedy says, I hate putting them in tanks. Yes. And OMG, yes, they love to be muddy and messy. Okay. Because I just wanted to ask, before we move on to the next reading, I asked them, I was like, do you want to say anything about how you live your afterlife, if you will, in heaven? And they run around and they love to get muddy, but they are together. They do miss and they do think about and are very grateful for the lives that they had growing up with you and your sisters, and they're fine in heaven running around and getting muddy together. So, thank you so much, Kennedy, for making a reading. I really appreciate it. We are going to move on to the next ones. Let's see. We're up to 38 likes, which is fabulous. Thank you so much. Heck yes, my girls. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Kennedy. I really appreciate it. Um, if you guys are just getting to the live stream, please, muddiness is close to godliness. There was this one point in time when we were going on ghost investigations, and I would make sure to take a shower beforehand. Um, and one of my friends made a comment about, they're like, you don't need to take your shower, like you only have to wash your hair like every other day or something, which for me that's not the case. But I I finally was just like, listen, we're going into a haunted location. Cleanliness is close to godliness. I don't need any medallions or what is it called, like rocks or crystals or sage. All I got to do is take a shower, and therefore I am protected from the demons. So, um, so I got my friend to stop telling me to not shower or whatever. She's like, "You're taking too long." I'm like, "Don't talk to me. Cleanliness is next to godliness. That's how you survive the demons." um, Tasha, are you here? Blessed be thy soap, right? Instead of soap on a rope, you have soap on a rosary. Is that like unholy? Right? Soap on a rosary, because cleanliness is next to godliness. Yes, I'm here. Okay. How do I pronounce your name? Is it Tajos? Rosary are greater than exfoliator beads. Ah, I mean, that would be a really funny thing to buy on Etsy. What is that? Larry the Cable Guy? Lord, I apologize. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I'm saying your name right. Is it Tajos? Or can I just call you Tasha? Whatever you're comfortable with. Liv starts selling ghost shaped soap to protect us before we ghost hunt made with holy water and Palo Santo. That would be really funny, actually. That's my screen name. You can say Tasha. Okay, good. Okay. So Tasha has a medium reading, and their questions are: our very dear and treasured kitty Sloan passed recently. I'm so sorry. Stop. I would buy the F out of that. Oh, maybe I'll make soap. I'm in my mom era. I'll just go to the store and make ghost shaped soap with rosary on the top. That would actually be really funny. Only get it on the Meta PsycKicks gift shop. That would actually be very fun to do too. I'm sure my son would love to make soap. Especially, oh, he loves anything Halloween theme. He likes to go around the house now and he goes, spooky. I just really like that his hands are all the way up here when he does it though. Um, okay, Tasha, we were talking to Sloan. I'm sorry. Um, Sloan passed recently, much earlier than expected. We had to facilitate her passing. Just before it happened, she was suddenly very traumatized, and it seemed very much that she was telling me she didn't want to go. I believe she is now okay, but hope to know if her being was distressed by the process. Also, I hope to know how she feels about being cremated. I'm just making sure I write these down. Um, um, okay, got it. I pick her up today to take her to the facility, and I'm feeling conflicted and concerned about it. Also, a very difficult question, but why couldn't I see clearly that she was sick? I'm just writing my things down so that I don't forget. Okay. First and foremost, I'm very sorry about that. That is a very traumatizing thing for you as well. I've had a lot of animals in my life, and putting them down is never easy and will never ever be easy. Um I'm gonna answer these in the opposite order. Starting with your last question was why couldn't I see that she was sick? And I just was Sloan first of all, was Sloan a darker colored cat like a tortie or a black cat? Or was she gray? If anyone is just joining, we are doing pet psychic and mediumship readings, but more importantly, raising money for Gentle Giant's draft horse rescue. We are up to, oh, I wrote it somewhere, almost $400. We're only $5 away from 400, which is a lot of money to help animals. So if someone can donate $5, we'd be at $400, and that would be amazing. But right now, sorry, we are doing a reading for Tasha and Sloan, which is Tasha's cat that has passed. She was darker on the outside, but with silvery lilac white fur underneath. Oh, she sounds beautiful. Okay, because she shows me that she's darker on the outside, but she also shows me gray. So, like, the silvery lilac makes sense. Does she have green eyes too? I really like the way that you describe the way that she looks. You can tell how much you love her. They were fairly green, but seem to change. Okay, because she just talks about how her eyes are like a green color and that they're very pretty. She is a very she's a very dignified lady. She doesn't do very many things fast. Um, she doesn't think highly of herself, but she's very intelligent. She thinks about everything and she thinks about everything very slowly. She knows her worth. She knows her place within the household and her importance of the household as well, like what job she served as the house cat. So she's very even tempered. Oh, you're gonna make me cry. Tasha says, "I love her exquisitely, and she held me in awe." Oh, um, I'm so sorry. So the reason I'm asking about what she looked like is just so that I can, fine tune the radio station, if you will, to make sure that I'm talking to her. So now that we have that established, she wants to answer your question as to why you couldn't see that she was sick. She just wants you to know that she was very good at hiding it. It is not your fault. She was very stoic and she really like held her head high when it came to things. Tasha says she was. Yes, she is very intelligent and we were humbled. Yes. So the reason you didn't know is not it is not your fault. She was very good at hiding it. She's very much like Queen Clarice from The Princess Diaries because I love that woman. Or a little bit maybe like Katherine Hepburn, if you will. So her direct answer is that she was good at hiding it. It was not your fault. So that is the first thing that she wants to answer. Um, the second thing that she wants to answer is that when she was um at the doctor's and you guys were there to help her pass on because she was sick. The reason she had that outburst that seemed traumatic, I just want you to know that I think at that point in time, her mind might have been not necessarily here in the way that it was always. So when you took her to the vet and you were with her, I just want you to know that it wasn't anything that you did wrong. It wasn't anything that the vet did wrong. It's more so that her mind was not where it should have been, and that is what was scaring her. And it wasn't something that you can control. It wasn't something that she could control any longer, and it wasn't something that the vets could control. So I just want you to understand that she knows that that happened. She's very sorry that it was hard for you seeing her like that, but it wasn't your fault or the situation's fault necessarily. It was the illness that was happening with her. It just she wasn't in her right mind at that point in time. And that's what caused the traumatization. And then lastly, when you're asking about her being cremated, she does not have a problem with it. She's actually very honored by it. She says that only pets I'm not gonna cry again. Sorry, she talks very slowly and very dignified. Um, she says it is an utmost honor for a pet to be cremated. And if you I don't know if you're thinking about, like, making jewelry out of her ashes or some sort of, like, memorial or something that you can wear, or something that makes her ashes more pretty, to be more of a reflection of who she is or who she was, then she is also very much about that. Does that answer your questions? And you're welcome, Tasha. I know you said thank you very much. She is a very beautiful soul. She's very dignified. She's very eloquent and elegant. I need to blow my nose. Give me 1 second. Hopefully, you guys can't hear this. Okay, better. I know she has a lot of love for you. Yes, I'm going to honor her in every way that I can that suits her. Okay, perfect. So I want you to know she is okay. She's at peace. The situation that happened before she passed was not your fault. It was just her mind not being where it needed to be. And any sort of honoring that you want to have with her ashes, she would be honored. So, any memorial that you'd like to make or have, she's okay with that. So, thank you very much, Tasha, for purchasing um, a reading. I appreciate that, and thank you for giving me the important gift of being able to talk to Sloan for you. I'm glad that you were able to have her, and she's glad to have been with you guys. So, Tasha says that is so true. We are so honored to have had her with us. Oh, that's very kind. Okay, last reading of the day. Thank you all to everyone who has donated and made a reading. So today, you've not only helped to support my existence, but you've also helped to support the existence and the rehabilitation and rescuing of lots of horses. I mean, these people are great. I did a lot of research because I wanted to make sure that I found an organization that was like reputable. And these people seemed very reputable. Um, and they do good work. So they help people that also um, might feel pressured to sell their horses to slaughter pens. They help them not do that and make sure that these horses have a very kind and gentle end to their life instead. So they do a lot of really good work. They also help find homes for the horses that they rescue and rehabilitate and make sure that the homes that they do find are forever homes, not people that don't know what they're getting into or what the horses might need. So it's very, very cool. Um, and you're welcome, Tasha. So if you guys haven't donated, that's okay. If you don't have the means, I totally understand. But if you do, even if you donate $1, we talked about this. $1 is like a whole flake of hay, a cup of grain, anything like that. I've said it before, I will say it again. That's a big ass. What? Like donkeys? Donkeys have big butts. I think that's maybe what you're talking about, I hope. Um, okay, so last reading is Katie. Katie, are you here for a medium reading? Microphone. This? I'm so confused. I'm so confused by you, Icy. Okay. I mean, I think I said ask, not ass. Big ass mic, yeah. Oh, it's my podcasting mic. It's the only mic that I have. My dad bought this for me, and I use my soundboard that I do for podcasts so that the audio is more crispy for you guys. Um, will this make a bad sound for you guys? It has this underneath, and then maybe so you don't hear me doing weird mouth noises. Anyways, my dad bought this for me really long time ago when Meta PsycKicks was established. So I like it. It does when it needs to. Crispy. Okay, sorry. Kid Katie, thank you so much for sticking around so long for your reading. I appreciate it. So, Kid Katie has a medium reading. Past pets, specifically two. Cat one is a fluffy bobtail. Okay. Um, Was the fluffy bobtail cat, Katie, a hello from New Zealand. Hello, thank you for being here. Um, when is your dad going to hop on and talk about Bigfoot? We should redo a Bigfoot talk because he would love that. He would love that so much. Sorry, Katie. Your was the bobtail cat like a tabby cat, so like gray and brown striped or black and brown striped? And also what is his name? And your orange tabby, what is their name? I think they're both boys, you said. Or are they both boys too? I like the New Zealand and Australian people really going for it. Yes, he had all the colors. That's Furbus. Oh my goodness, Furbus. And Obi-Wan, or Nobi for short, is the orange tabby. Oh my goodness, that is so funny. Um, okay, so was Nobi more of like an outward troublemaker? Like he's the one that would just lay in the middle of the hallway and not move however much you were like, "Excuse me, your speed bump. Can you please get out of the way?" And also be more like outwardly mischievous, like knocking things over, running around, whatever. But then that's Nobi. But then Furbus, I feel like Furbus was like a plotter. He was a planner. It didn't look like he was doing anything. And when you thought he was up to something, he'd look away and be like, "No, I'm just grooming myself. I'm not doing anything." But he was the real one. Like when he did something, he would actually do it. It was planned, it was calculated, and it was carried out, like knocking the vase directly off the top of the bookcase, that type of stuff. Furby was my noble gentleman. Yes, he seems like he's noble, but he's a little conniving. Was he a little conniving? Just a little bit? And Nobi would chew on everything like a damn puppy. That's hilarious. Because he is definitely the goofball, but no, but Furbus is very like I'm giggling at the name Furbus. I love that. Me too. Also, I had them at different times. Furry was my childhood into adulthood boy, and Nobi was later on after Furbus passed. Okay, got it, got it, got it. Um, do you have any specific questions for either of them? Because they both are present and attended for. Um, Um, sorry, I was gonna ask more questions, but I was waiting to see if you had any specific ones. I want to know if Furby was okay and if I made the right call putting him down, both of them, when I did. Okay, because I need to blow my nose again. I'm so sorry. Okay. Hopefully I put my head over enough. I just have like never mind. Okay. Anyways, how embarrassing. Um, Furbus just says he was really, really, really old. Um, Was he having problems going to the bathroom when he got older, or was he drinking a lot of water, Katie? And this is a question from Furbus, or for a Furbus. Was he drinking a lot of water, or was he having problems going to the bathroom? He makes me feel like he might have been in like kidney failure, and that led to him being uncomfortable. Yes, Furbus had kidney failure. Okay, so I just want you to know he is okay with the decision that you made for him because his quality of life was declining. Um, and I know he says he is a very dignified man, but he's also like a very manly man. Like we need to take a picture of Furbus and like put it over like what is it? Edit it into the face of the most interesting man in the world with like a cigar. I don't always drink, but when I do, it's out of the sink. Furbus. He's like a man's man, and he LMAO. He says that his quality of life wasn't as good, so the decision that you made, he finds very kind, and he was not scared. I ain't scared. He's a man. um, so he's okay with that, and he just wants you to know that you did make the right decision because he was becoming uncomfortable. Now, when it comes to Nobi, was Nobi chubbier when he was younger or chubby at any point in time? I don't always knock stuff off the shelf, but when I do, it's cool and calculated. Furbus. Emma, that's good. Oh. Furbus is such a good name too. Orange cats eat everything lol, so he was true to his nature. Okay, because he just keeps telling me about how he's chubby and he's proud about it. So I think that's really funny. Um, did he have like cancer or something before he passed? And Kelly says, do pets need to be alive or past for a reading? If you want to make a pet psychic reading, then if they are alive, that's what a private pet psychic reading is for. If you want to talk to pets that are past, then you can make a medium reading. Because medium readings are for pets that are past. Emma says, a king. Stay tuned. Car says, fat and sassy. You're welcome, Kelly. Thank you for asking constructive questions. I appreciate it. They're good questions. Um, I asked if Nobi, if he had like cancer or something before he passed. They found a mass in his bladder and they had no way to tell what it was without surgery. So we think he did. Okay. Cause he makes me feel like he was very fat, but he also had like this heaviness that wasn't just his manly chubbiness. Um, so he also wants you to know that he knew what was going on. Something did feel off. And did you feed him a lot of treats before you made the decision to put him down? Or like if it was a planned schedule, um, euthanasia, did you just like give him a whole bunch of treats the day before or let him eat whatever he wants? Because he talks about eating a lot before he passed and he's very happy about it. Because I know some people will do things like that when their pets are really old. They'll like give them cheeseburgers and chocolate and whatever. Because that's what I would do. In the room, we gave him all the treats. Oh, you're gonna make me cry again. Oh, I want you to know that he knew what was going on, but he was okay with it. Um, and he was such a strong boy because he knew that you guys were really sad. Um, I feel like Furbus may have helped him pass over because they are together, but when I asked if they lived together, Furbus didn't necessarily answer. And Nobi made me feel like they weren't. And then you answered that in the chat, which is why I didn't bring it up. But I do see them together in heaven, and it's not necessarily that they hang out all the time, but I do think Furbus was there to tell Nobi and help him pass over into heaven. And I just want you to know that Nobi was not scared. He was very happy about all the treats, and he's so cute. Like he know like he I'm sorry, because they give me um feelings and emotions and images, and like he knew what was going on, but he just wanted to be happy for you guys. So he really just put a smile on. Was he purring before he passed too? Because he talks about purring. Like I can physically hear it and I can feel it like in my hands and in my ears, which is an odd sensation. We're just waiting for Katie to reply. And I'm gonna blow my nose again. Sorry. It's just bad. Katie says he had to be held down because he just kept trying to explore the room, so we pet him and held him the whole time. Oh, okay. Well, I want you to know he was not scared. He knew what was going on, and he was just a big happy trooper, and that's why he was walking around and exploring the room, because he was just like he was going to literally be happy until he passed. That's it. Simple. So, he's very happy about the life that he had with you. Did a lot of people come over, and did you have a long hallway in the house or in the apartment, wherever whatever place you were living in? He talks about a long hallway that he liked to run down, like, really fast. And this is Nobi talking still. I don't know if it was a hardwood floor, but he says that he used to run down the hallway really, really fast because he could hear his feet, and he liked the way his feet sounded when he would run really fast. Katie said we did a long hallway in the house, and then we had parties a lot. Okay, he really liked the parties. He really loved running down the hallway. He's very happy with the life that he had. He says it was just like a gift. It was like every day was just a party for him. People would always come in to say hi to him. That's so cute. So, if you wanna tell your family too that he's okay, he says it might bring your dad. I don't know if there was, like, a man that was close to him, but he says that there's a man that might wanna know that he's okay too, and it would make him feel better. A cat that likes parties. Sniffles likes parties. She doesn't want people to touch her, but she likes to be with the people. That's just my cat. So, so Katie, do you have any other last questions before I go? My husband worries about him all the time. Okay, if you wanna tell your husband, please let your husband know that he's okay, because he knows that your husband worries about him. What is it? Sorry. Nobi is so funny. Um, so souls will use things that I have as a point of reference to convey messages. It may not be exactly something, but it's close to whatever they have to say. Because when I'm talking to souls, a lot of the time, it's like if someone were to ask you to explain something, but they give you a whole bunch of flashcards, and the flashcards are what people you would be talking to, or people that you would be talking to, or things that you know to use to like convey messages. So anyways, you said that your husband, Katie, worries about him all the time. Has anybody watched Nacho Libre? It is one of my dreams also to meet Jack Black and like talk to him. Um, but long story short, I really thought the movie Nacho Libre was stupid until my husband made me watch it like 8 times before we got married. But there's this one part where one of the characters walks up to another character and like, I'm just really worried about your salvation, man. And Nobi just put that into my head, and he's like, um, he talks about your husband, and he's like, he's worried about my salvation. He just wants you to know, or he wants your husband to know that he's okay, which is that is hilarious to use that as a reference and to have an orange cat of all things to use that as a reference. That's top tier orange cat energy. Ah. Regina says, "Yes, I like that movie." It's so stupid. The first 2 times I watched it, I was like, "I'm never watching this movie again. It is so dumb." And then the more I watched it, the more I'm like, "This is comedy and excellence," and it's also based off a real person too. Um My husband is a big belly bearded man, and we make Nacho Libre references sometimes. Okay, so I'm so glad that that's also a reference that is good for your husband. So hopefully you can use that and be like, "This was from Nobi. It was sent to you. He wants you to know that his salvation is okay." And then I just want to say thank you, Katie, so much for making a reading. It's been a pleasure talking to you and Furbus and Nobi and everyone else that has made a reading as well. I really cannot thank you guys enough for supporting myself, and as well as for everyone who has donated so far to Gentle Giant's Draft Force Rescue. Again, we're at $395. If someone wants to donate $5, we will be at 400. If not, 395 is more than I would have ever thought that I would have been able to raise today. Um, I was hoping for like maybe $50 to $100, so 395 is amazing, and it's absolutely blown me away. I'm really hoping that the people at that rescue foundation see that today and they're like, this is great. Like maybe they were praying or something that a whole bunch of money would come in like this, and now they have it. I'm just hoping it's something like that. You know, like when someone pays for your coffee or something like that, one of those things. I hope it's like that for them today. I'm going to answer one last question. There was, what was it? Stephanie says, how often do you do live streams? Do you have a set time? I so enjoy watching, but always miss it. Stephanie, that's a good question. I've been trying to do at least one live stream once a month. I do it on Thursdays just because on Thursdays, my sister in law watches my son for me so I can try and get work done. So I've been trying to do at least like 2-hour live streams. Um, I try to do them around 2 to 4. I did do them earlier one day because there were people in like India that wanted to have readings too. So I'm probably going to keep them around 2 to 4 o'clock Eastern time. But if you want to email me what like time zone you live in, if I get enough people for that, like the last time with people in India, they actually like emailed me. Emma donated $5. We're at 400. Thank you so much, Emma. Woohoo! That is so great. Um, so 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern time is usually when I do it because that's gives me enough time to drop my son off, get a little bit of work done for the business in the morning, do the live stream, and then have the rest of my evening to do wifey mom things. It's like a good 9 to 5 for me. But again, if you email me, tell me what time zone you live in. You don't have to tell me where you live, just the time zone. I don't want to know where you live. Um, then if I get enough, then I'll try to do a live stream that accommodates those people as well. So I appreciate it. But for now, we've done all the readings for today. Again, I cannot thank you guys enough for how much support you guys have not only shown me, but also I'm not gonna cry again. I can do this. Um, like if you look up how to do YouTube videos and whatever, people will tell you like crying gets more views. I'm not about that. I don't want people to see me cry. That's dumb. um I'm not okay with that. But I appreciate you guys. $400 for horses. Again, that's like saving one entire life. That's probably half a year's worth of hay for like 3 or 4 horses. Um, or a whole year's worth of hay for like 3 draft horses. That's probably like 2, 3, 4 months. No, maybe like 2 months, a month and a half worth of grain. That could be an entire vet visit for their horses, for their hooves, for their teeth, for their vaccinations or supplements, maybe rehabilitation. I know some people do equine chiropractic and massage. That's super cool. And I'm sure a lot of old draft horses that are being rescued need something like that. So you guys have helped so much today. And I want you to know about that. Lol, the wifey mom things, same, right? Like after this, I have to go pick up car tires for my husband because the winter is already getting bad here. And I have to go pick up tires and then he's gonna put them on. But I have a bit of a ways to drive because he works kind of far away. So next live stream, I will try to make a like I'll always try to post on the YouTube community when I'll do a live stream. I try to give you guys a week's like heads up, but we'll see how much I can do. This week was the Gentle Giants draft horse. Next week is going to be either some foundation or charity that I can find that helps children and adults get access to insulin. And then the next one is going to be for foster children, some sort of good, credible thing that I can find for foster children. So if you or anybody that you know is interested in donating for those causes and or getting a pet psychic, plant psychic, or medium reading, maybe we'll do plant readings next time, then that's what those are going to be. But that'll be through November and December. So if we don't have a live stream next week, we'll definitely have one the week after. But again, you can always find on the YouTube community post. I'll post when we'll be going live, what time, etc., etc. But Thank you all so much for being here today. And for anyone that is watching the replay, you can still donate to the horses. I will make sure that the link is still in the description below. I think the one that I have in the description takes you directly to the donate page, but please go look at their website. They have some good, informative things about the stuff that they do and why. And it's a good cause. So I appreciate you all being here and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. And if I don't see you before Thanksgiving, have a good, happy, safe Thanksgiving. And we'll see you next time. Peace.